Welcome to the My Business Podcast, where we sit down with local businesses and we talk about who they are, where they come from, and what inspires them to be in business.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the My Business Podcast. We're diving into the future, and by that I mean the world of coding and STEM education today. Now, if you're a parent listening in, this is definitely one for you. In the studio with me today is an expert in this space. He's the owner and the only Gold Coast-based franchisee of Skill Samurai. Mr. Richard Colson, welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Look, tell me, what is Skill Samurai all about? What is it that you actually offer?
So Skill Samurai is an all-inclusive STEM academy, essentially. We offer after-school and Saturday morning coding classes. We offer math tuition called Math Code, which is a new revolutionary way of providing maths tuition.
Okay.
We offer specialised STEM classes, and we even do birthday parties as well as a full school holiday program.
Fantastic. So, look, you've got a lot of offerings there. Let's start with coding. How do your coding classes work?
Yeah, so our coding classes, we have 13 classes a week, Monday to Friday, after school.
After school, I was going to say, yep.
After school, we offer 2 classes every day and 2 on Saturday mornings, and then we have a homeschool specific class on a Thursday. So students can come to any one of our classes during the week, and what we do is we look at the skill level of every single student individually and look at where they're at right now and where they want to get to. And using that information, we're able to find a curriculum that matches their skill and their interests. So they are coding exactly what they want to code, and in the process, they're learning the coding languages as they go.
So as you've got a room full of students there, they're all working on different things.
Yeah, so we use the world's leading providers of STEM and coding curriculum. So they're all doing different projects. They're doing them at their own pace. They're not having to keep up with anyone else. They're not being slowed down by anybody else. So they're doing their project. And what makes us different is that we have coaches. They're all computer science qualified coaches in the room ready to help them when they hit a problem.
That's so cool. So it's not a class. You're not coming in where there's a set piece of work that everyone's doing. Everyone's there working not only on coding but STEM and doing different things at different times. This is this sounds revolutionary. This is different.
Yeah, it is different, and that's why when I saw what this business had to offer, I thought the Gold Coast needs this. It's something that doesn't exist. To have your child being treated like an individual and being coached as an individual versus a class of kids, that's something very different, something unique.
And having their curriculum mapped to their ability.
Yeah. So every child walks in the door with a different skill set as they walk in. And what we are trained to do is to identify where they would best fit. We then use feedback as a very powerful tool. So at the end of every project, coaches sit with the kids, make sure that they've been able to grasp the learning outcomes from that project, and then use feedback from them to go, okay, are they ready to progress up a level? Do they need another project at this level? Just so that we don't want a child to ever be bored or overwhelmed. If we can find the balance in between that, we've hit the nail on the head with what they need to do.
Perfect. Okay, and the STEM classes, what do they look like?
So we offer 6-week STEM classes, primarily in robotics and 3D printing at the moment, but we are expanding.
Yep.
And we run those every Saturday morning, and it's a really great way for parents who don't want to commit to a whole term or anything like that. 6 set weeks, they come in and we cover a specific STEM topic for those classes.
Oh, that's, again, so cool. All right, so you mentioned the math code, the math code mastery method, I think is what it's called. Now that again sounds a bit like a bit of a game changer when it comes to delivering maths tuition. What is the Math Code Mastery Method all about? Explain it to me.
Yeah, so Math Code Mastery Method is revolutionary. It is taking maths tuition where it's never been before. The way it works is we use adaptive learning so that the tuition being provided to the student is based exactly on the areas that they need to develop in maths at their current grade level, as well as looking at repairing any gaps in knowledge that have occurred earlier. We use the power of AI to, in real time, find what the student is inputting and working out whether the program needs to get easier or harder for them in real time. So with that program, we invite all students to come in for a free assessment, no obligation. Just come and see where your child is sitting in the math curriculum. It'll assess them at their current grade level, and any gaps, as I said, it will start assessing backwards so that we can, at the end of that assessment, see where they're sitting in the whole spectrum of the math curriculum, but also any of those gaps, where did they start and where do we need to start correcting them?
This really sounds like the future of education to me, where you find out where those needs are, where the gaps are, what learning needs attention, and then delivering the program, the curriculum directly at that individual in order to get an improved learning outcome for each individual, rather than delivering a whole of class, whole of year level program.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately where tuition can sometimes get it a bit wrong, that they're delivering to a class full of kids the same curriculum, rehashing the current curriculum. But the problem is, if they had an issue in grade 1 with the concept, we need to correct that grade 1 problem, and then we can move forward.
And then move on.
So we use the Singapore math method, which is a concrete, pictorial, abstract method. It's presenting maths problems and maths tuition in multiple different ways so that the student ends up with what we call mastery of mathematics, not just parrot learning times tables or traditional learning. We want them to actually have a mastery of what goes into mathematics as a whole.
Wow. Now, look, you're already explaining a lot of things here, Richard, that I can see you guys are at the forefront of where education can go. But I believe you're also, in the coding and area and so forth, that you're integrating popular platforms like Minecraft and Roblox into the curriculum. How do kids find learning, with using these types of things in the curriculum?
So yeah, Roblox and Minecraft are probably two of our most popular curriculum.
That's going to get kids wanting to do it, isn't it?
Exactly. This is what they play every day. And what we're doing is teaching them how to code those games instead of just play them. And what they're doing in the background is they're learning Java coding language. They're learning Lua coding language. They're using it in a way that keeps them engaged and entertained. But underneath all of it, they're picking up world-class coding languages that they can keep using for the rest of their lives.
Does it help them play the games? I know the kids out there
I think most of them come in playing the games pretty well to start with.
Yep.
But we give them the tools to actually create like they've never done before. We are Skill Samurai. We're here to teach skills, not just to give a tuition. So we want these kids to be able to go home and use these skills and apply them in their own time to creating a Roblox game that doesn't exist right now.
And probably even, looking further down the line, utilising these skills in employment or their own businesses, as they, reach that age.
Yeah. Python is another curriculum that is incredibly popular. It is pretty well renowned as the baseline language that every student will learn how to code, generally at university level, but we're offering it to children as young as primary school level, where they can start to learn what Python is, how to write it, and how it can be used. These are skills they can walk out of our door and actually take into the real world to get a job.
Okay, talk me through the school holiday program and birthday parties. How do they fit into the picture?
So,
I'm thinking birthday parties?
yeah, we offer a very unique birthday party experience. We take care of everything pretty much. We set up the center completely themed as Minecraft is our main birthday party.
Yep.
We have up to 12 kids per party for 2 hours. We set everything up and they get to play together on our own Minecraft server that is secure and completely isolated to our center, so no one else is on that server. And the kids just love being able to sit down and play together, uninterrupted. We take care of tables, decorations. All parents need to bring is the food and the cake. So they can use their own budgeting as far as how much food they need.
Sure.
You're not bound by our caterers or anything like that. Just come in. It's an easy setup for the parents. We look after the kids and they all have a great
What
time.
a fabulous concept.
Yeah.
And the school holiday programs?
Yeah, so that's probably our second biggest offering that we have. As soon as school holidays roll around, all of our memberships for our coding students pause automatically because we don't offer classes, and we move into the school holiday program. So these are single day, either full day or half day camp days, and each one is focused on a different part of the STEM or technology area. So we have traditional coding camps in Roblox and Minecraft. We have junior coding for our younger kids. We then have some really interesting artificial intelligence camp, YouTube creator camp, robotics, 3D printing, all different parts of STEM.
From.
Yeah, and generally we offer those more than once in a school holiday season, and the feedback's been absolutely amazing that the kids don't have anywhere else that they can go and do this. So they're coming to us.
Sounds incredibly unique. And you offer a guarantee as well.
Yeah, so with Math Code Mastery, we are so confident in this program that when it is completed in its entirety, which is a coding class every week and a maths tuition class every week, we combine the learnings from both mathematics and coding together. And from that initial assessment, within 12 months, we guarantee that your child will improve 20% in every single area of the assessment, not just an overall grade. So every
20%.
single area, 20% within 12 months. And if they don't achieve that, your tuition is free until they reach that mark. No.
Can't lose.
And essentially, yeah, we guarantee that they will see a 20% improvement in their mathematics.
That's amazing. Now, look, we've all heard about kids and screen time, parents and limiting it. And, I've got a child myself who, if I let him, he'd be on screens 24/7. But it really is your mission at Skill Samurai, isn't it, to turn children's obsession with technology and screens into a productive skill. So how does Skill Samurai make sure it's about learning and less screen time?
Yeah, so technology is not going anywhere. We're living in the age that we do. And what we can do, though, is use that screen time and make it productive. So instead of playing a game, how about we open Scratch and we create a game? And when we've done that, you can publish your game and invite your friends to play with it. If they're coders,
so cool.
They can alter your code, make your game different, make it so they're still having fun. They're still being engaged. They're still playing.
Yep.
But what they're doing is they're using the skills we give them to actually make that a useful time instead of just blank staring at a screen.
I love that. I've had a look at your website, Richard, and look, the testimonials from parents, they're overwhelmingly positive. I was amazed to read a lot of those. Can you share a standout moment or a success story from one of your young learners?
Yeah, we have a student who came to us. He is quite young. He's not quite able to do Minecraft or Roblox coding yet.
Not quite. Hang on, I'm just going to butt in just for a second. What is the age levels?
So we teach students from age 6 to age 16. So 10 years.
6?
Yep, from 6. 6, they can start learning the Scratch language and start creating games for themselves.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Sorry to interrupt. I do want to hear about this young one.
Yeah, so he came to us. We started the Scratch curriculum. That's his skill level, and he just wasn't engaging. Didn't like the platform. It just wasn't for him.
Okay.
And that's fine. It's not for everyone. So it became our mission to find a platform that works for him.
Sure.
So we added to our curriculum something that wasn't there previously in order to get him into a space where he's coding, but he's doing it in a way that's engaging him. So really, when I say that we treat every student individually, that's not just a tagline. We literally look at every single child's curriculum and make sure that it's engaging them.
And you keep working around until you find what works for them.
And then constantly reviewing that. Just because they like it this month doesn't mean that doesn't change over time. So, and yeah, with this student, we just saw a complete 180. He grasped the concept. He loved the platform and just started learning, and his parents are over the moon.
That's awesome. There are a lot of programs out there, but yours really does sound unique, and I'm blown away by what you've got and what you're delivering out there. And you've mentioned this in each bit, but tell me just straight up, what makes you guys so different? What sets Skills Samurai apart?
Yeah, in one word, flexibility. It is the thing I love about this business, is that, like I've mentioned, every student is an individual, every parent is an individual, and they get treated that way. Everyone's invited to a free assessment, either in math code or a trial class in coding, because we want the child and the parent to be comfortable with our centre before they sign up for anything.
So anyone can come in, just get in touch and book a free assessment for whatever program they're interested in.
They want, yeah, and that's it. I want that parent and that child to want to come back before they come signing up for a membership with us. Our memberships, unlike many other after-school programs, they are completely flexible. Your child can attend any day of the week. If that day needs to change on a weekly basis, we can do that. If it changes term to term,
that's so cool.
It can change. Anything is possible.
For parents, who have to deal with soccer training and different things that go on, and that's just such a benefit.
Yeah, and it comes down to the point where I have students who will be with us for a certain period of time, and then because they have another activity that takes up most of their time, they just pause with us, and we offer any reason to pause or cancel a membership. It'll be issued immediately, and when his season of sport is over, he comes back, and everything he's done is saved.
You're not locked into any type of schedule.
No schedule, no contract. Cancel any reason. If your child doesn't want to be coming to us, then you're paying for a service we're not delivering, and that is what we offer. So yeah, for our offerings are essentially that your child will be treated as an individual. We will find a curriculum that works for them. We will find a schedule that works for both the parent and the child. And for any reason, if you need to, you can pause or cancel with us at any time.
I just want to, we were talking about this off air before we got on here today, Richard. We're just talking about these free assessments, and you mentioned what someone might do when they do a free assessment with you on the coding side with Roblox. I thought that was so cool, where someone can come in and by the end of a session, they could have a game up and running.
Yeah, so that's in Scratch that we do that trial class. They come in, sit with myself, and what we do is we create a game from scratch, in Scratch, ironically, where the child at the end of that session has a workable game that didn't exist before they sat down.
And that's a trial session.
That's a trial class. That's for them to see what we have to offer. They even get to take that game home.
Really?
Yep. And they can load it at home, show it off, change the code if they want to change the code, and really personalize the game.
Absolutely love it. Look, where do people get in touch? Because I'm sure there's a heap of parents out there now saying, look, at the very least, are going to come in and have an assessment and a trial run at this.
Yeah, well, like there is no obligation whatsoever coming into a trial or an assessment. If you do an assessment with us in Math Code, you'll receive that report free of charge to take home so that you can actually see those results for yourself. To get in touch with us, our website, www.skillsamurai.com.au. On socials, Facebook and Instagram, Skill Samurai Ashmore. And you can get in contact with us through any of those channels. And we'll book you in for your free trial or assessment, and we go from there.
It sounds absolutely awesome. It really does. Whereabouts is your are you located?
Yeah, so we're located at Ashmore Plaza Shopping Centre, 160 Cotley Street, Ashmore. We have a great space upstairs in a business centre there, and it is a great funky space that doesn't feel like a classroom, that kids can come to, feel at ease and enjoy their skills experience.
All right. Well, look, we're just about out of time, but before we go, a shout out to the parents listening out there. If your child has the slightest spark of interest in coding, or you need to look at some maths tuition, STEM, or just expanding their horizons in general, Skill Samurai could be the gateway to unlocking their potential. Richard and his team on this Gold Coast franchise in Ashmore they're doing some groundbreaking stuff. So why not give it a shot? Your child might just discover a lifelong passion or skill. Check them out, but until next time, keep exploring and see where your child's curiosity can lead. Richard, thanks so much for being a guest on the My Business podcast. Loved it.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to the My Business Podcast. If you want to be on our podcast, please reach out to the team on all our socials at mybusiness.pod.